Well, if it's Tuesday during the football season, it must be time for the starring role, where we get to talk to Giant safety and captain Antrel Rolle, who joins us via SNY video chat. Antrel, let's talk about what happened last night. 35-14, obviously a lot of disappointment, but what was the most disappointing part of last night for you?
The most disappointing part is just how we came out and just performed, all together. I think offensively, defensively, and special teams, it wasn't what I expected, coming out. It wasn't what we expected, as a team, as an organization, to come out and display, Monday night game, bright lights, everyone in the world is watching you. First game of the season, you expect to come out with a little bit more fire actually a lot more fire than what we had last night. And, to me, it was just non-existent last night. It just seemed like we was on our heels the entire night and just taking punches instead of giving punches. You
mentioned being on your heels. You mentioned, coming out with the right amount of fire. It also looked like there was some confusion. What happened on that coverage breakdown on Calvin Johnson's first touchdown in the secondary?
Well, first off, I think the defense line got pressure on him, moved him out of the pocket. I think Demontre Moore came free, and Matt Stafford made a good move and, made him miss in the open field, which allowed him to extend the play. Therefore, Calvin Johnson was just running free, and DRC was with him. And DRC and Stevie both, kind of had their eyes on the quarterback a little bit, watching him scramble, and at the same time, they collided against each other. They collided into each other, and allowed Calvin Johnson, to run free into the end zone.
Antrel, so many of the fans are worried about the offense. Are you worried about the offense at this point?
No, I'm not worried about the offense at this point. Would I like to see a lot better? Absolutely, I think we all would. But at the same time, I would like to see a whole lot better from the defense side of the ball also. I think we can go out there and we can display a whole lot better than what we did last night. I think we can play with more technical sound game, a more trustworthy game in each other than we displayed last night. We have a lot of talent on defense and offense side of the ball. So I think if we go out there and we match our talents with our strengths and a lot more passion, a lot more fire, I think you'll definitely see a different Giants team out there.
All right, a lot of Giant fans scarred by how the season began last year are wondering if last night shows you it could replay itself. Are you worried this looks too much like last year, or is every year a new year in the NFL?
Granted, every year is definitely a new year in NFL, but, after last night's performance, I'm sure there's many out there that's like, oh, no, here we go again. And, the main thing that you don't want is the guys in the locker room are wondering and thinking the same thing. And, it's the first game, so, I'm not discouraged on any means, but, I am upset. We're all upset, with last night's performance. And we must get better from that. But, it's going to take a lot more attitude. It's going to take a lot more fight than what we've just been displaying thus far. I feel like, we've been flat emotionally. We weren't the most physical team last night, and you can't have that, within this league, because teams, once you put something on film, teams are going to expose it and expose it and expose it until you stop it.
Antrel, let's also get your reaction. Of course, you're always willing to give us good, honest answers. Let's talk about the biggest story in all of sports right now. What was your reaction to the Ray Rice video that we all saw yesterday?
Oh, man. I think that was shocking to everyone. And we were all aware of the incident that took place months ago, but until you actually saw the video, you really couldn't put your finger on what exactly took place, within that elevator. But this is America's #1 sport. This is the most watched sport in the world. And, there's a lot of kids watching. There's a lot of women and men watching this sport. Not only are we going out there as professionals and playing the game that we love to play, but, we have to set good examples for everyone, across the world. And that just wasn't a good example. We have to set better examples, within this league, man, because we're looked upon by so many.
Do you believe the NFL didn't see the tape of what happened in that elevator before yesterday?
I have no clue. To be honest with you, I have no clue about that. I really don't even know the logistics of all that. I just know what his suspension was, before seeing the tape, and I know what his suspension is now after everyone claimed that they've just seen the tape for the first time Monday. So, to be honest with you, I have no idea.
All right. Well, Antrel, we appreciate your candor as always. We will speak to you next week, hopefully after a W as opposed to a loss.
Yeah, definitely. That's the plan. Well, we'll get this ship rolling soon enough.
All right, Antrel, take care. Have a good one.